I'm Dr. Phil McGraw, and today I'm traveling to the 1800s to interview some U.S. feminists. This season spanned 3 episodes. 1, The Cult. 2, The Grimkeys. And 3, Susie v. Lizzie. Welcome to Dr. Phil, Early Republic Edition. This is episode 1, The Cult. Hello, ladies. What seems to be the problem?
Hello, Dr. Phil. Thank you for having us today. I'm here to discuss the problem my dear cousin Gertrude has become. A couple years ago, she met her late husband Gabrielle, rest in pieces, and he just taught her all these negative things about women, these terrible things.
Now, everybody, let's take a look at this clip. Woman, I'm home. Where's the dinner?
I'm making it right now.
You're making the dinner right now?
Yes.
I've been at work all day, and the least you can do is have dinner ready.
I'm sorry, I'm working on it. It's almost ready, please. I'm sorry.
I provide you a house, I give you food, I pay for everything, and the
I
least
know.
you can do is be a domestic housewife.
I appreciate
Look at
you.
these
I'm
dishes.
so sorry. I'm sorry. No, please.
Like the video said, he wanted women to stay in the kitchen. They have to stay at home. They have to take care of the family. They can't leave the house. They have to do domestic work for free. Basically, it's just slavery of women. And she was never like this before.
See, Gertrude, I believe that you're a part of a cult.
What incarnation makes you...
Ma'am, I think you're a part of the cult of domesticity. The cult of domesticity, also known as the cult of true womanhood, is a belief that women were supposed to devote themselves to unpaid domestic labor. It was during the period 1820 to 1860, and it limited women to having a lack of freedom and women's rights. Welcome to Dr. Phil, Early Republic Edition. This is episode 2, The Grimkeys.
So what brings y'all three here today?
These two disappointments.
Shut up!
I'm Sarah Grimke. This is my sister.
I'm Angelina Grimke.
I'm Joe
Our
Grimke.
disappointment of a father.
So what's the problem here?
Me and my sister, we are huge supporters of women's rights and the abolition of slavery, and our father is nothing like us. He's a plantation-owning, slave-owning son of a
Essentially, me and my family grew up in South Carolina, and after having enough of his ideals, I decided to move to Philadelphia in 1821 and become a Quaker.
And in 1829, I became a Quaker.
So let's first talk about what is a Quaker. Quakers believed in spiritual equality for men and women.
Additionally, to being a Quaker, I'm also part of the Philadelphia Female Anti-Slavery Society.
Which is a bit too radical for me.
Me too. Anyways, me and my sister, we also wrote a lot of letters. For example, we wrote a letter to William Lloyd Garrison, which made us get a lot of momentum in the society,
We especially wrote a speech in 1836 that made us real well known.
So when you say y'all were well known, is that in a good or a bad way?
Bad way. Y'all were so unpopular in social and political debates because y'all are women. If y'all were men, everyone would have liked y'all. Y'all are just women.
It's not that we were unpopular because of that. You see, in the women's rights movement groups, we were unpopular because we believed in abolishing slavery, but then in the abolishment of slavery groups, we were unpopular because we believed in women's rights.
It's just like, we can't support both things, because most people in our society only support one. Why can't they just be smart like we are?
Or just support neither.
Also, I wish that my father was a little bit more like our brother Henry. Okay?
It's hard.
Henry had babies with one of his slaves, and he built a family with them. I just wish my father was a little bit more accepting of the blacks like my brother was.
I'm sorry, I'm not your brother. I don't know what you want from me.
Maybe if you were like my brother, you wouldn't be such a
Yeah!
Well, I gave y'all lots, so y'all need to
Welcome to Dr. Phil, the Early Republic. This is episode 3, Susie v. Lizzie. So ladies, what seems to be the problem?
Hello, Dr. Phil. I'm Elizabeth Cuddy Stanton, and I'm here with my ex-bestie, Susan V. Anthony, aka Susie, and I'm here to talk to you about how she's been bringing religion into the women's rights movement. From my childhood, I've had a very painful religious upbringing, and because of this, I do not tolerate religion. Me and Susan are both women's rights activists, and we support things such as women getting education, women getting property rights, and women voting for white men and white women.
So, with this in mind, how do you feel about the religion?
Lizzie will just not give me a break. It's not my fault that Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, saved me so that I, as a white woman, could have rights.
See, I believe you two are both very active feminists, but who do you think is the more avid feminist?
I believe I would be, because as I was speaking at the Seneca Falls Convention, Susan didn't even show up.
Speaking of the Seneca Falls Convention,
The Seneca Falls Convention was the first women's rights convention directed by Elizabeth Cady Stanton. It lasted over 2 days, July 19th and 20th, 1848. It launched the women's rights suffrage in America. Let's take a look at this clip from the Seneca Falls Convention over the past weekend featuring Susan B. Anthony's Empty Seat.
Hello all, this is Elizabeth Cady Stanton, here to talk to you about women's rights. Because women don't have the right to vote, a right given to most ignorant men, the government was supposed to submit to laws which they did not consent. Women are being denied an education and refuse an inferior role in church. Moreover, are supposed to be obedient to their husbands. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men and women are created equal.
so I can tell that y'all are very both avid feminists with very great ideas. I don't believe religion should get in the way of it. I think y'all could combine your ideas without letting them get in the way.
That concludes Dr. Phil Early Republic. It's Dr. Phil. Peace out.